This is one of my parsnips that I pulled up from one of my pots over there, and the reason I pulled it up was, well, as you can see, it looks okay there, but obviously it's brown at the top, and I thought, well, I don't want bacterial or fungal sort of infection spread to the other parsnips, because they do look nice, white and healthy. It was just this one, so I pulled it up and I was just going to throw it away, just thinking it was, you know, sort of brown on the outside. I don't know if you can, there you go, it just looked brown, whether the soil was too wet. So I was just going to throw it away, but I snapped it open and I found, now there's one fella, he's got it right, there's one of them. They sort of, I don't know, they must have got in up here and just eaten all the way down the parsnip. But that's a fella there. And I think there's another one there. So there's about 3 of them munching away on me parsnip. So really my question was going to be, does anyone know what these are? And as I say, it was just this parsnip, so I pulled it out as soon as I noticed it. And all the others look really healthy. So is it something to be concerned about, i.e., you know, are my parsnips that are in there at risk? Or will they be alright, and it's hopefully just going to be this one parsnip? Because I'd hate to lose them, because they are quite a size. But yeah, if anyone can tell us what they are, and if I should get rid of them and how to get rid of them, I would be very grateful. But yeah, a few unwelcome visitors to me pot garden. Well, I just thought I'd show you these. I've been inspecting my tomato plants today, and well, that one I picked off one of my tomato plants about a week ago. That one was today, and as you can see, that one's starting to ripen up, but obviously I'm not going to eat it, because the reason I'm doing this little clip is because these have got blossom end rot. I think it started about a month ago, but it's only affected about 5 tomatoes, and I think it was brought on about a month ago when we had some very weird weather, and there was a little bit irregular watering going on, so it brought on blossom end rot. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it's only going to affect the 5 that I've found. Now, looking at them from above, they look fine. They look fine from the side. They look okay, but if you look at the bottom, there you go. Typical blossom end rot. Darkening at the base of the tomato, and I'll just show you this one. There you go, there's the bottom, same again, darkening at the base of the tomato. So yeah, so as I say, I've picked these off, there's no more, I'll just throw these away, I wouldn't risk eating them. I've chopped this one open. As you can see, even though he's got the blossom end rot, I've cut it near the base of the tomato, and if you look, other than not being fully ripe yet, it looks fine. So I don't know if like that bit is healthy. I don't know if you can chop that up and make chutneys and what have you, but I'm not going to risk it. Well, I hope I don't scare too many people at the moment. Looking the way I do, I'm full of cold. The whole family's got it. But I thought I'd make this little video because I've been to a certain place again. And it's a place I shouldn't have gone because I've spent a little bit more money. It's Wilko, you guessed it. And well, I've got another few bargains. So I'll show you them. Shall we? Away. Right then. So, whoops. Apologies for the finger. And the shadow. I'll tell you what, move over here. There you go. Right, so this is what I've got. I'll basically go through it with you because I've got the receipt with us so I can remember the prices. The me arch over there, it's rusting through. It's been held together by bits of I'll zoom in a bit. Yeah, you can see it, bits of tape there because it's just rusted through. Been very good. It's lasted a few years, that. But time for another one. And although it's not as ornate, I saw this one. It's got an arch, 2.5 metres high, 1.4 metres sort of across, or as they say, deep. I would have thought that was deep, but that's wide. Anyway, so yes, it's just a simple pole screwed together in bits. So I got that one, and it was a £5. I don't spend much on arches because they stay out in the wind, rain, cold, winter, the whole lot. So I decided to get that one for a £5, and I don't mind that. These plant support brackets, these are brilliant. These, they're a very clever idea. They use you can use them on the plastic stakes you can get, and basically they just clip on. You can clip them anywhere you want. So I've used them over. I've used one, and I'll zoom in, see if you can see it. There you go. You've got three of the plastic poles going up, about 1.5 metres tall, and where's me? There you go. You can see there's 2 brackets there, and there's some more. Well, there's some more further up. You can't see them because all the leaves are hiding, but they just clip on. That can support your tomatoes like mine are doing. Easy to put on and remove and alter depending on how your plant's grown. So I think they are a great idea. And whoops, 20p for 6 of them. So that's a brilliant idea. So I thought they were so good, I got a couple of packs, 20p each. I'll go on to this. This is a little greenhouse. Come back out again. It's hard to do it with the sun. There you go. It's a 4 shelf, not very wide, but my idea is this in the winter is going to go in one of my greenhouses, and if I can get another one I'll put it in the other greenhouse as well, but they'll fit quite snugly in there, so they'll get protected with a greenhouse and they'll be protected with the plastic covering of the greenhouse, so it'll be like doubly insulated. So hopefully the stuff I want to overwinter, like the ceilings and what have you, I can put them in here and hopefully they should be protected from the winter frosts and what have you. That there, and I'll refer to my receipt, was £3.25 for a 4-shelf mini greenhouse with the plastic covering, which looks pretty good. So that's £3.25, and because it's going to be in my greenhouse, it shouldn't get buffeted by the winds and get quickly destroyed and made useless. But as well as that, I got an extra cover for it, and that was £1. So after a couple of years, and that breaks down or the zips break, whatever, I've got a spare one which only cost us £1. So that's not bad. So £5 for that, a couple of 20p's. The greenhouse was £3 odd, £1 for the cover, all bargains. I got a little adapter, that was the most, nearly one of the most expensive things, little diverter valve, that was about £2. And I got some pole clips, which I'll explain a little bit later, and again they were 20p, easy to put on and off of the plastic poles that I use, so 20p again. And this I think has got to be my best bargain. There's 13 plastic poles, which if you get B&Q they're about at least £1 each, something like that. There's 13 there. There's also some of these type of clips in there, and plastic extenders, because basically this is a cage for your brassicas. It is, I don't know if you can make that out, 1.2 metres wide, 1.2 metres deep and 2.4 metres long, which is more than enough for me. You can change the configuration to make a sort of V-shaped cloche type thing, but yeah, these clips, very clever. 2 poles, you put the clip in, then you put the pole in, and then these arms you wrap around the other pole and it makes it secure. Very quick, easy to put up and take down, and then you can just stick poles into the ground to secure them, and just put your net over the top. And I went into the shop, I asked the fella, expect to pay about £6 for this, because it didn't have any price on. I know they were doing sales, but this looked a really good bargain, this. So I asked him, and he came back, and you never guess how much this was. Well, I'll tell you how much this was. I mentioned £5, it was nowhere near £5 for this. If you said £3, you were way over. If it was £2, too much. £1, nah, way too much. This thing I got, and I ended up getting 2 of them. one to use possibly this year and one whenever this one breaks down. But this I got for the princely sum of, yes, 50p. I got all this, all the clips, all the plastic poles, which are last year's, the metal clips, the last year's, the netting, everything for 50p. So I got 2 of them. I only had 2 left. I would have got more, but yeah, 50p, absolute bargain, that one. Really pleased with that, because, well, you can see the cage I made up of bits of piping and brackets and all this sort of thing, some bamboo canes and all this, that and the other. It's, well, you can see it's in a right state now with the winds and everything. So it was very opportune that I found these. Really pleased I did. I've got 2 of them now. I've just sowed a couple of seeds in some seed trays. Mostly the sort of like overwintering and that type of thing. So I thought I'd start these off, and I mean, you may be looking at them and thinking, why is he started these off too late? Because basically, for example, this one, it's so May to June for optimum performance, and the winter Alsmere again, so May to mid-June, and the cabbage, well, that one's spot on for that one. That's a Chinese Kasumi, and I'm trying some Offenham too, and July to August, so they're spot on. So the cabbage, they're okay, they're in the window as it were, but these cauliflowers might seem a bit late, but we are weeks behind the rest of the country, so hopefully they'll be alright. I mean, like I say, I've got loads of seeds. Shy Ben's getting out, as they say. So white step F1 hybrid cauliflower and winter Alsmere cauliflower, just to see if I can get some, because so far I've only had one. And then there's I've had some of the cabbage out of that a pot there, and it was absolutely gorgeous, so I'm going to plant some more. So I've got this Chinese cabbage Kasumi F1, which looks nice, and then this Offenham 2 Flower of Spring, which spring cabbage. Still, this rose just still keeps producing I mean, it's produced all them flowers and is producing some nice ones at the moment, but there's still branches and branches of flowers still to come. Really done well with these. And oh yeah, can't go without showing you me sunflower. There you go. The kids grew these, so I don't know what variety they are, but yeah, got a sunflower. All the Californian poppies are all just ready to burst open. Doing very nice. My lilies are past the best now. They had a lovely show. Some of them are still looking quite attractive, but they are down back now. And all my pots of calendulas and violas and petunias and everything looking really nice. Really pleased with that. I'm not going to go There's hardly any raspberries left now, thank God. I was getting sick of them. Yeah, but me red cabbage looking absolutely massive, heartening up quite nicely now. Me turnips are in that one. Invitation Swede, I think it is, are in that one, doing very well. I've started my bags of Charlotte, so I've got one there. Where is it? I've got one there. I've got that one there, and I've got one at the back there. They're my Charlottes for Christmas. I've had to do a lot of tying up of my trusses because, well, as you can see, that one there, that's just one truss, that, and there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12 tomatoes on there, and if they all get, you know, a really good size, and there's a few more still to come, the weight on there is really going to press on this joint here where my finger is, and it'll snap and I'll end up losing the tomatoes, or have loads of green ones which I don't want. So yeah, so it's I'm at the mercy of my own success here, in that I'm growing some nice big tomatoes, but I do have to tie them up, and it's just a case of putting string around the stem and then just tying them up onto the cane at the top, just to take the weight off the stem. And if you thought that was bad, in this one I've had to do it even more because, well, as you can see here, I've got a load and they are a decent size, and there's my hand. They're going to get big, and they're going to get about as big as that, which is quite a good size. But as you can see, I've had this one there, as you can see, this, before I noticed this was drooping, it practically snapped off, and you can see the hole in the stem in the centre there, but they are still getting water and everything, and as you can see, I've tied it with string, and then that goes up and tied on the cane to take the strain off the stem, because they would have fell off and I would have lost all these tomatoes here, and it would have been a shame. There's tomatoes here again. It's nearly snapping under the weight here at this joint, so I've had to put a string around that, because, well, all these tomatoes here are on that. So, like I say, I'm at the mercy of my own success here. I'm doing that well. There's too much weight on these tomatoes, so I'm having to tie them up. And there's a truss there, which is exactly the same. It's got a whole load of tomatoes at the end. That would snap, but I've secured that. But yeah, this is the sort of cane that I bought with the clips for 20p. So you can clip it down there. You can just unclip it like that, move it, just clips back on, and that tomato is just supported, and you can support the trusses on it, so you don't have to do what I've done here and tie loads of string to support them. You can adjust it to however you like it. My peppers are actually picking up a little bit now. We've had a couple of days of lovely warm weather, and they have liked it. This one is the King of the North, and got loads of buds and flowers coming on it now, so hopefully they'll be alright. Little bush tomato plant there, and me organ melon still not really doing much. I don't think it'll do much this year. I've planted some more swede, because we like swede in this family, so I've got 8 swede in there. I planted a couple more kohlrabi in there, along with an earlier one that I planted, leeks. They're doing alright. 1 or 2 are a good decent thick stem on them, so we'll see how that goes. Me pea and bean, absolutely producing some corker runner beans now. Some much longer than others, but I'm sure they'll all get there. And loads of flowers at the top. So I think I have tried them and they are absolutely gorgeous. They are Galaxy. Lovely, tender and stringless. Lovely with a bit of butter. And I had a little bit of parmesan with it as well. Absolutely lovely. My sweet corn, doing alright. The little tassels there are starting to brown up. I am manually fertilising the cobs with the pollen at the top there, so hopefully I'll get a few cobs of corn. In these pots I have planted some more cut and come again lettuce leaves in there, because I've used up all the lettuce from them pots. I've had a cucumber from that cucumber plant. That was absolutely gorgeous. As I say, I'm just really pleased with these tomato plants. I've planted less plants this year, but I think I'm going to get a better harvest, just because they're more spaced out. They've got more air and everything in between them, so absolutely wonderful they are. Oh, and I've got to show you this one. This fella, well, it's the apple cucumber, and he's grown all the way up there now, and now he's decided to go across there now. So he's clinging on to grim death. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this because I'm sure are definitely getting bigger. And I think they are the apple cucumbers. And there's another one back there, doing very nicely. Looking there, so it's getting bigger. But yeah, so hopefully I'll have some lovely apple cucumbers. Some more swede in that pot. Some lovely beetroot. Starting to swell up now quite nicely. My sweet corn that I started late. Looking really good actually. As I say, if we get an late Indian summer, might get some corn off them. Tried some radish, the Mantanghong. A couple of peas just to keep them going, and more beetroot. And that's it. Well, the potatoes, well, it's a no-go area now. They've absolutely just took over. So there's a lot of top growth. I'm just hoping that all the energy these leaves are producing are going into producing some absolutely beautiful potatoes. And finally, me pumpkin, me giant Atlantic pumpkin, So he's now over there. There's the tip of him there, and he goes all the way back there, and there he is, happy as Larry. He is slow. He seems to have slowed down, but I'm sure it's just the fact he is putting the same amount of mass on that he did earlier. It's just now he's getting bigger, it's hard to notice. And for the old scale, there you are, absolutely whopper. So I'm really pleased with him. I mean, to be honest, that he is a good football size now. Even if he just grew to that, I'd be pleased as punch for me first time growing pumpkins. Really pleased. But we'll see. I'll leave him and see if he puts on some more weight and see if we can grow a belter, eh? Well, to round off this video, I'll just show you me brassica cage, all fitted. Took us, well, actual structure itself took about 30 seconds to put up. I'll put some bamboo canes, thread it through the netting. It just keeps the netting down. And then I can just lift it up whenever I need to get in. But yeah, very quick to put up, and it's quite tall. I mean, as I say, it's 1.2 tall, and as you can see, there's plenty of clearing at the top there, and they are quite well grown. So yeah, that's me 50p brassica cage all up and doing it. Well, that's it for this video. It's a bit longer than I anticipated, but I hope it's kept your interest all the way through. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in my pot garden.